I didn't even know that he was this handsome.
Oh, police! You want my mother involved in all these your criminal activities? You want my mother to come and start calling police for what reason? Mommy, don't call anybody, oh. You're looking for who to rope in this mess.
Charles was released from prison as he got to Madame Steph's house. Nicole, who was disgusted by his looks, gave him some intense insults. Nina came to the rescue, asked him who he is and who he is looking for. Charles told Nina everything. Then Nina called her mother to confirm if she should allow Charles into the hoo. Nina offered Charles food as they wait for Madame Steph. Nicole came to the city room and rained insults on Charles and called him a madman. Madame Steph came and diffused the confusion among her daughters and Charles. Charles went on straight to the point on why he came here.
Nina, you are very wicked. I have been in this house taking care of you, feeding you, clothing you, caring for you ever since your mom passed.
Charles reminded Madame Steph that she had a contract with his late father. In that contract, Steph was supposed to pay a loan given to her, but she is yet to do that. So forfeiting the loan, she will have to give all her businesses back to Charles. In that same contract, it says if Madame can pay the loan, she can give her daughter to Charles to marry without paying of bride price. Nicole, who is Madame Steph's favorite daughter, refused to marry Charles. Now they convince Nina to marry Charles so that they don't become broke.
You never even thought of giving me any of those expensive jewelry.
I'm telling you, it seems like you're not even a biological daughter. She was supposed to give you that money to use for your clearance, but she didn't, and that's the reason why you had to sell your jewelry, and then Nicole called.
Nina has a conversation with Charles about this situation. Charles was not interested and decided to leave to find a lawyer. Then Nina told him if he has money for a lawyer. Nina let Charles know this situation is temporary. Besides, they don't need to actually marry. They can be friends. She's also doing this for her education, just like he has to do this for his financial stability. Both Nina and Charles now agreed to work together, and they told Nicole's mother about it. Madame Steph gave Charles the boys' quarter to stay in and work as a gateman with a salary. Nina was treated as the maid in the house. She practically does all the house chores, from cooking, cleaning to laundry and manual cleaning. Charles was also turned into a house boy aside him being a gateman.
To have the thing stolen from you, that's not proper behavior. And that shows that there's an underlying issue there that you're not willing to tell me. I thought we were close enough. Come on, talk to me.
One day, Nina asked her mother for tuition fees. Madame Steph told her she is broke. Nicole was there, but suggested that she should sell her jewelries for the feed. That was the moment Madame Steph remembered Nina that she was not her mother. She won't give any money even if she had it. Nina left sadly. She went on to make some calls through to her friends who likes jewelries. She got a contact where she could sell her late mother's jewelry. As Nina stepped out, Nicole called of her area bad boys to snatch the jewelry from Nina. The thief succeeded and called Nicole to confirm how the deal went. Nina returned home and reported what happened to Nicole and Madame Steph. They did not console her but rather mock and blamed her. Nina proceeded to narrate everything to Charles in his quarters. Charles comforted her and asked Nina why Nicole and Madame Steph treats her so badly. She opened up to him and told him she is a stepdaughter and her mother died and Madame Steph is the second wife to her father. Nina also confessed to Charles that Nicole is the one supposed to marry him, not her. But they hate her and she the stepdaughter. She was pushed to marry him. After all these revelations, Nina and Charles becoming more close and their friendship blossomed into a relationship. They became so happy with each. Their relationship started irritating Nicole. Then Nicole could understand why they are treated badly but are still happy more than her. Charles helped Nina pay her tuition fees and started with her young service. Madame Steph asked Nina where she got the money from. She told her friend helped let her out. Madame Steph gave her warning to make sure she is not stealing from her in the house.
I'm her stepdaughter.
Nicole asked her mother if she has noticed how happy Nina and Charles are. She told her mother they need to do something to make them sad, like Charles should pay rent because they pay him salary. Her mother told her that will be too much and people will start talking on how they are maltreated. Nina and Charles became a full-blown relationship. They started doing things as lovers. Charles always helped Nina out with the house chores. Nicole, on the other hand, was creating problems for them. Charles gives money to Nina for school and her part-time work. Nina also supported by buying him clothings. Charles got provoked one day and wanted to leave, but Nini encouraged him to stay. She reminded him of their plans on saving to start a better business deal. Charles and Nini started sharing romantic time together after performing their house chores. Nicole started becoming jealous of their love.
And I'm not the one betrothed to you. It's Nicole.
Do you see the way he spoke to you? The audacity that Charles has now.
Nicole proceeded to report them to her mother. Madam Stephen told her if she wants Charles, she needs to put in work to win his heart. Madam Steph promised to give her money to execute her plans. Nicole started making advances towards Charles. Charles noticed what Nicole was trying to do. He told her she needs to stop and he will never date her even if that option comes with money. She became angry and left to report to her mother. Nini came back from work. Charles gave her the rundown of everything Nicole tried to him. Charles has been working on who frame him up. That made him go to jail and all his father's properties were confiscated. He welcomes his wife. Nini bought him some shirts to try on and then make love after in the shower. All this while Nini does not know what Charles has been working on. She only knows Charles has been sending his CV to companies.
Hey, God, Mom.
You know, I yourself who you wanted to marry, but you never came, neither did you even ask after her. But that's all aside. But the only option that we have.
Nicole tried her advances towards Charles again. Charles was watching TV and watching for an important call. He angrily left her presence and he went to town to meet the important business he was waiting for. Charles came back from his meeting but with big disappointment. Charles explained how his day went bad. Nini encouraged him and motivated him. Charles went back on his laptop and started working on getting the scammers that ruin his life. Few months later, Nini is pregnant and want to break the news to Charles, but he promised herself she will do that on her birthday. Charles received the most important call of his life. Went out leaving Madam Steph alone as she tried to talk to him. Next day, it was Nini's birthday and she started getting worried why Charles neither called or came back the previous night. Charles' surprise came back that evening, called Nicole and Madam Steph for a meeting. Charles told them he is moving out to his father's house because the scammers were caught. He was working all that with the laptops Nini got him. He thanks them for everything. He went on to call Nini to come. Charles repeated everything to Nini and asked Madam Charles and Nicole to sing happy birthday to her. After the birthday wish and the revelation that Charles is now rich, Nini opened up to tell him she is pregnant for Charles. Nicole immediately jumped to Charles that she was supposed to get married to him, not Nini.
Is you marrying my daughter if you truly want us to follow the contracts that I signed with your father.
Auntie.
Charles immediately told Nicole that Nini has told him all the secrets of the family. Nini is a stepdaughter and Madam Steph is her stepmother. It's too late now and himself and Nini are going to make their marriage official. He wished the best and thanked them for giving Nini as a wife to him. Charles and Nini left happily. Nicole and her mother started arguing about the whole situation. Nicole blaming her mother as Madam Steph also blaming her daughter. They both started arguing over the situation. Nicole said her mother did not train her well. Madam Steph said Nicole is not a child, she could have used her sense. The end. Thanks for watching this recap. Kindly subscribe for more movie recaps.